Anyone out there that watches my channel is probably aware that I open carry once a month on the 2nd to celebrate Every Second Matters. And those of you that watch those videos that I make about open carry on the 2nd, notice that the gun that I carry when I'm open carrying is often different than the gun I choose when I'm concealed carrying. Now, there's multiple different reasons for why I choose the gun I do when I'm open carrying, but the biggest difference between open carry and concealed carry is that because you're not having to hide the gun, you don't have to choose the same guns when you're open carrying as you would when you're concealed carrying. When you're open carrying, everyone's going to see the gun anyway, so you don't have to be able to hide it, so it can be bigger. And you also don't have to hide the system you use to support the weight of that gun, so the gun can be heavier. Therefore, you have a lot more options when you're open carrying than you do when you're concealed carrying. Now, in the past, I've done videos on what I think are the best carry guns, what I think are the best polymer guns, what I think are the best full-size guns, etc. But I've never done a video for what I think are the best open carry guns. And since the requirements are different for an open carry gun than they are for a concealed carry gun, I thought I would do this video today of what I consider to be the top 10 handguns for open carry. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get something out of the way right off the bat here at position number 10 so that a bunch of geriatrics out there don't get their knickers in a twist and piss their britches. You know, their prostates aren't what they used to be. So at number 10, I'm going to name a tie between the Browning High Power and pretty much any quality full-size 1911. Both of these guns have decades and decades of proven performance and reliability. There's very few guns outside of a revolver that can boast the history that these guns have, so they both definitely deserve the number 10 position on my list of best open carry guns. The next gun coming in at position number 9 is the Sig Sauer P227. This gun is a double stack 45 holding 10+1 rounds of 45 ACP. The gun is double action, single action with a decocker, meant to be carried decocked and fire the first round in double action or cock it for single action, and every subsequent round will be single action. It's really hard to beat a good, reliable, and good-looking gun that holds 10+1 rounds of 45 ACP for self-defense, so this gun definitely deserves the position of number 9 on my list of best open carry guns. Now, the next gun on the list coming in at number 8 is the CZ75, specifically the SP01 tactical model. Now, if you prefer a standard 75 or 75B or 75BD, it would still deserve this position, but I prefer the SP01 tactical over all of them. It's just an overall well-designed, well-made gun that's easy shooting and holds 18+1 rounds of 9mm. It is also a double action, single action gun with a decocker, but it actually has an ambi-decocker for those lefties out there. So when you consider you have 19 rounds of 9mm ammunition in a really well-designed gun, it definitely deserves the number 8 position on the list of best open carry guns. Now at number 7, we have the first revolver to make the list, and it is the Ruger Redhawk 45 Colt and 45 ACP. This is a very sturdy gun. It's very solid. It'll handle anything you feed it, and it gives you the option of using the very versatile 45 Colt round. The 45 Colt can often give you the benefits of a 44 Magnum round without giving you the detriments of the overperformance of the 44 Magnum round. It has a wide variety of rounds available, from really powerful to really easy shooting, so you get to choose what you want. And plus, this gun allows you to use 45 ACP in it also with moon clips, so it's a very high quality gun, very sturdy gun, very versatile gun, and definitely deserves the number 7 position on the list of best open carry guns. Now at number 6, we have the second CZ pistol on the list, the CZ97BD. Now this is a double action, single action 45 ACP pistol with a decocker that holds 10+1 rounds. This gun not only shares a lot of the features with the SP01 that I had on the list earlier, but it's also very similar to the Sig Sauer P227 that was on the list earlier. Some people will say this gun is just as good as the Sig P227, and some people will say it's even better. And then when you take into account that it's 20 to 30% cheaper than the P227, this gun definitely deserves the number 6 position on my list of top 10 best open carry guns. Now the gun in the number 5 position is another Sig Sauer, and this is a Sig Sauer for people that not only love guns that are pinpoint accurate and very easy to shoot, but are also very powerful. And that gun is the Sig Sauer P220 10mm single action only. Now, since this gun is single action only, it does have a manual safety, But this gun has a trigger on it that breaks like glass. It's also a very easy to shoot gun. And since it holds 8+1 rounds of 10mm, that gives you 9 rounds of a very powerful 10mm round at your disposal for self-defense. And when you add those things up, that definitely adds up to this gun well deserving the number 5 position on my list of top 10 open carry guns. Now, the next gun is one of the few guns on the list that I don't have, but I hope to have one in the near future. I hope I can someday get together enough money to pick up one of these. And it is the Smith & Wesson TRR-8. This is an 8-shot 357 Magnum revolver. And even though it is a large-framed Smith & Wesson revolver that holds 8 rounds of 357 Magnum, it's actually a pretty lightweight gun for its size. It is a performance center gun, so it has an amazing trigger on it, but what really sets this revolver apart from most other revolvers is it has a top and a bottom removable rail, so if you're one of these people that wants to tack up your gun, you have every opportunity to do so. And when you have a high quality, high capacity revolver that you can also throw a light or a laser or a sight onto, how could it not be at least the number 4 position on my list of top 10 open carry guns? Now, the next gun in the number 3 position is also the third and final Sig Sauer on the list. It is the Sig Sauer X5 Classic 9mm. Now, much like the P220 from earlier, this is a single action only gun, so it does have a safety. But this gun is not only probably the most aesthetically pleasing gun Sig Sauer has ever made, it's also probably the best shooting gun I've ever shot. It's definitely one of the 2 best shooting guns I've ever shot, if not number 1. The only reason this gun isn't a little bit higher on the list is because it's kind of expensive. But other than that, everything about this gun makes it deserve the number 3 position on my list of top 10 best open carry guns. Now, the gun, the number 2 position, is the second Smith & Wesson revolver on the list and the third revolver overall. And it is the Smith & Wesson 627. Now, the 627 is very similar to the TRR-8 that we talked about earlier in this list. The biggest differences being that this gun does not have the removable rails. It doesn't have any tack rails at all, like most revolvers don't, but it's a solid stainless steel gun. With that 5-inch barrel, the gun is very accurate. It's a performance center gun, so it has a great trigger. And since it is all stainless steel, it soaks up the recoil of 357 Magnum with ease, making it a very manageable round. It would be really hard to beat this gun for open carry. In fact, there's only one gun that I think that does. So this gun definitely deserves the number 2 position on my list of top 10 open carry guns. And now we're to the number 1 position. And the gun that I chose as the best gun for open carry isn't just best for open carry. I think it's probably the best gun I own. It's probably even my favorite gun I own. If not my favorite, it's definitely in the top 2. And that gun is the Wilson Combat Beretta 92G Brigadier Tactical. Now, this gun is a collaboration between Beretta and Wilson Combat, and it is amazing. Wilson Combat took what was already a great gun in its own right and made it into what I think to be the best gun I've ever held in my hands. Now, this is the G model, so it is a double action, single action with just a decocker, no manual safety. And it does have upgraded sights, upgraded internals. Like I said, Wilson Combat in collaboration with Beretta fine-tuned this gun to where it is like a race car. Comparing a regular Beretta 92G Brigadier, which is still an awesome gun, to this gun is like comparing the Honda Civic that you saw at the parking lot at Walmart to the same ones you see running the track at race day. They are the same in basic shape and name only. Everything else on this gun has been upgraded to be top of the line. Better sights, amazing trigger, racks like the slides on butter. It is just a truly unbelievable gun. You have to own one, hold one, and shoot one to really appreciate it. And like other Beretta Brigadiers, it holds 15+1 rounds of 9mm, and it'll handle any 9mm you put in it. So it is a great gun for self-defense, very accurate, lots of rounds, powerful enough to do the job, will really get it done for you. So all those reasons together is why the Wilson Combat Beretta 92G Brigadier Tactical is the number 1 gun on my list of the top 10 best guns for open carry. So there you have it. There's my choices for the top 10 guns for open carry. If you've got some guns you'd like to add to the list or one you'd like to put up for consideration, put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'd like to hear what everybody out there thinks would be the best gun for open carry. And if you're someone that just wants to whine and moan like a little bitch about the guns that I chose for my video, well, do everybody a favor. Shut your yap, and go make your own damn video.